And welcome here to the beautiful Imagine Center here in Greenville, South Carolina, as we get ready to bring you live action from the 22 Feet Academy Hoops tip-off. I'm Marcus Burnett, got the pleasure of calling the action here today. We're going to take a short break to recognize some of our sponsors. When we get back, we're moments away from tip-off here in Greenville. We'll be back shortly.
22 Feet Academy Hoops Tip-Off Classic, powered by SUVtv, sponsored by Muscle Milk, the official protein recovery drink of 22 Feet Academy. Denny's, welcome to America's Diner. Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. And the Imagine Center, Health and Fitness Club, the official venue for 22 Feet Academy.
And thanks for joining us back here on site. This matchup features Moravian Prep and their Blue Regiment, two Moravian teams here on site with us for the weekend's action. This one is the Blue Squad. They're going to be taking on ABI, the American Basketball Institute. Appreciate you all bearing with us. A little bit of a travel delay experienced by ABI initially. Looks like we are finally ready to tip this one off. Kemp gonna pass this one ahead, and looks like we're gonna have a traveling violation. Thought we were gonna have our first trip to the charity stripe here today, but instead it is going to be a traveling violation. So it will go over to ABI. With it, they'll kick it up to the top now. Trying to work it inside. Looks like we'll have our first foul call. ABI will inbound it. Here's the jump shot. It's off the mark. Nice box out and rebound there by number 23. Xavier McDaniel Jr. He's going to try a floater. Can't get the bounce. Offensive rebound. And now we will have our first trip to the free throw line for today. It'll be a trip for number 33. It's Emmanuel Zakwesi. Wesley can't get the free throws to go. So we're still scoreless here in the first half. Wesley with another rebound. He's been eating glass so far here early on. Kicking it into another gear. There's number one, too strong on the shot. That was Juwan Smith, but he's got reinforcements there on the offensive glass as Moravian is able to get us our first 2 points of the game. Off. There's Kolowski. Called for his second traveling violation of the game, trying to get going. 2-0 ball game. Moravian's running. So Kalowski, this is his third time we've seen him really attack the rim for what we thought would possibly be free throws. 2 traveling violations called on the previous 2 opportunities. This time he is going to go to the line. Can't get that first one to go. Colton Kalowski out of Joliet, Illinois. 6'5" guard. Can't get the first free throw to go. Splashes through on the second. We have a couple substitutions. Check again to the game. 3-0. Early advantage for Moravian Prep. That ball will be last touched by Moravian, so it will stay with ABI. ABI looking to inbound. Nice pass inside. Can they convert? Moravian has other thoughts as that one snatched away. Strong defense there by Nazaweski. And Jawan Smith able to convert it on the other end. Let's take a look at the instant replay presented by Denny's. As you saw, nice defense there by Zekwasi. Here you see Jawan Smith able to initiate the contact, lowering the shoulder, and getting the and one there via the Denny's instant replay. So Smith misses the free throw, can't get the back end of the potential three-point play the hard way, but it's still a 5-0 advantage for Moravian Prep. Follow-up attempt good there for number 11 for ABI. That's Brandon Miller. So Miller gets them on the board there with the hustle on the offensive glass. Take a second to look at some of the key players here presented by Muscle Milk. You look at the 6'5" combo guard, Colton Kalowski, who we've been able to see multiple times here early on. Xavier McDaniels Jr. Also on the Moravian side, as well as Jamar Kemp, the 6'8" post, son of Sean Kemp, and Jawan Smith, the young fella that you just saw get that and one a couple possessions ago. So a 7-2 ball game there after that last trip. Layup drill on the other end for Smith. Doesn't take him long to get from point A to point B. Moravian doing a good job of turning defense to offense here over the past few possessions. ABI has some delays in terms of their travel here, showed up a little late. And while the team has to be ready to play, obviously, you want the ideal circumstances in terms of being able to have the ample prep time, but you've got to be able to play regardless. The reality of it is we'll see what sort of effect it has on ABI. Maybe not able to get as loose as they would like to. They're not looking at making excuses. Instead, making that first free throw is Brandon Miller. He's got all 3 points for them so far. First deuce coming off the offensive rebound and the lay-in. Splashes that first free throw. Just short on the second one. Zekwesi with yet another rebound. Here's Jawan Smith. Kemp inside. I'm going to say last touch off of the hands of Zekwesi. Trying to get a little high-low going there. Post to post, Kemp to Zekwesi. It's knocked out of bounds. Good defense by ABI. Last touch by Moravian. But they give it right back. Surprise, surprise, another layup for Jawan Smith. Smith got a hand on the inbound pass. Tried to save it, even though they don't get the ball. I'm sure Coach Brett Newman can appreciate the hustle. Smith serving as a spark plug here for Moravian Prep early on. It's an 8-point advantage Prep's diving. I know you see some of the court-side signage that really couldn't show you the full body extension of Terrell Sheffy there on the defensive end. But in visual context, you can see Moravian Prep doing a nice job of hustling, really disrupting ABI here early on. But if you're ABI, you still got to feel good. The legs are getting loose, finally starting to get a little bit of a sweat, and you're only down 8, so plenty of time to right the ship, so to speak. That three-pointer will help the cause. Count it. That's number 2, Ilyas Najjar, who makes it 6-11. Now they work it inside. Nice footwork. The reverse, no good. Brandon Miller with another rebound. He's going to be fouled by Kemp. You know, it's been Brandon Miller that's been getting buckets on the inside, but anytime you can get some help from three-point land, it's always a pleasure. If you see Najjar knock down that one via the Denny's instant replay. He makes it a 5-point game. As we've got a stoppage in play, looks like something's wrong with the jersey. More times than not, it's probably the sign of blood that the official is stopping play for. So he's going over and touching base with Coach Laterio Green. So whatever the confusion was, that's been cleared up. Looks like we're ready to get back to the action. Better safe than sorry there on behalf of the official. But we're ready to go. Plenty of time left here in the first half. It's a 5-point game. From a spectator kind of, commentator / spectator side of things, I'm looking forward to this point in the game moving forward because it looks like ABI finally has their legs under them. They should be loose by now. And even though it took them a while to really get started, they're only down by 5. You saw Najjar knock down that three-pointer a few minutes ago. But we're going to have another trip to the free throw line here for Kolowski. You know, Kolowski is a better free throw shooter than his first couple trips to the line have shown. So he's 50% there, 2 out of 4 so far. Ball nearly stolen by Kolowski. It'll be last touch by Moravian and go the other way. So we have some substitutions. Miller with it. Nowhere to go there along the elbow, and call for the traveling violation there is Benjamin Bennett. We have a couple more substitutions. Foul called there on the inbound attempt by Moravian Prep. Six-point game, plenty of time left, crawling along here in the first half. McDaniels Jr. passes it inside, and it looks like Sheffy fouled on the play, so they're going to send him to the line. Appreciate you joining us here for the 22 Feet Academy Hoops tip-off. 12 games total for you here throughout the weekend. Sheffy good on that first free throw. Sheffy out of Yorktown, Pennsylvania. Southpaw gets that free throw off the back of the rim. Zakwesi with the offensive rebound. His shot won't go. Xavier McDaniels clearing spaces. Knocked out of there by number 10, Benjamin Bennett. Now Bennett will pass it ahead. Too much mustard on that pass intended for Rodney Parks, so it will go the other way. Subbing in for ABI, it'll be number 13, Tyshawn Andrews. As Sheffield bring it across for Moravian. Nice pull-up jumper, ice cream. The mid-range J being knocked down there by number 20. That's DeJuan Perry. All the NBA Live players out there. That was the old NBA Live, not the new Live. So 2K16 has made Live sort of a thing of the past, but that was an animation type move there from Perry. That shot looked good off the dribble. Five-second violation forced by Moravian, so they'll get the ball back. Uncle Mo, can't say he's been fully on their side to start this game. Both teams needed to get loose, but he's definitely threatening to go on the Moravian side at this point, as they've got a 9-point advantage. They forced a turnover, but I guess Uncle Mo has 1 foot in, 1 foot out, as that turnover is going to send it right back over to ABI. Here's the drive. It's going to be blocked out of there by X-Man Jr. ABI has it with facing a 9-point deficit. Now he'll kick it out to the corner. He's already got 1 3-pointer. Can't get his second one to go there for Najjar. Pass ahead to Perry. Perry met inside, able to muscle it in. So 2 shots, 2 deuces, good to go for number 20, DeJuan Perry. Another follow bucket up and in for Zaquezi, and that is going to prompt the timeout. We'll take one with them. It's a 13-point game. Moravian Prep leading. We'll be back shortly here on SUVtv.
The feeling of the perfect shot feels effortless to me. Right when I release that shot, it just feels serene and quiet. It's only me and the rim and the basketball. With my height, to have an impact and to be the player that I wanted to be, I needed to change my shot, and that was going to be something that would be beneficial for the long term. The process started just breaking my shot down from the initial release to the follow-through. And there were days that I couldn't even get the ball to the rim. There were days that I couldn't go outside of the paint area. It was very frustrating to not be able to shoot the way that I wanted to. The hardest part of that process was definitely the patience. But if I just stuck to getting better every day, eventually I would be able to shoot where I wanted to, anywhere on the floor. I went through some tough days, but found a way to just persevere and see it through. starts with a great base and great foundation and allows everything to feel perfect. I can do all things.
And welcome back out of the timeout. And welcome back. Thanks for joining us out of the timeout. That first free throw is good for DeJuan Perry. Perry with 5 points so far here in the game for Moravian Prep as they have a 14-point advantage. Good on the second free throw as well. That'll make it 21-6. A little bit of a score bug issue there, as opposed to 91 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in this first half. It's really 11 minutes and 56 seconds. So we'll get that corrected at halftime. I'll give you verbal updates to make sure we're on the same page as we approach the final 11 minutes or so of the first half. Substitution for Moravian in will be number 31. That's Hunter Coleman. As ABI looks to inbound it. Miller. That one's short, all net, but not the way you want it to be. He's done a great job rebounding for them, getting some helmet and lunch pail buckets. That jump shot off the mark. Moravian Prep will set it up top. Easy money from the outside there. That's number 10. Matt Graham. A couple people called it money just behind me before that shot was even off of his hands. Gonna go out on a limb and say that's the Moravian Black Squad, knowing their teammate or program made well. He was able to move without the ball and knock that one down. ABI to inbound it there along the baseline. Catch and shoot three-pointer. That's too strong. Ball tipped around, and it's DeJuan Perry who gets his hand on it. Good job of going after it. Said that 50-50 ball was his. Did Rodney Parks. They were able to get a timeout. We'll take that timeout with them when we get back. More 22 Feet Academy Hoops tip-off.
22 Feet Academy Hoops Tip-Off Classic. Powered by SUVtv. Sponsored by Muscle Milk, the official protein recovery drink of 22 Feet Academy. Denny's, welcome to America's Diner. Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. And the Imagine Center, Health and Fitness Club, the official venue for 22 Feet Academy.
And back here at the Imagine Center, Moravian Prep Blue taking on ABI. It's Moravian Prep with the advantage right now. But that and one in favor of ABI. The usual suspect on the inside, Brandon Miller. Muscles that one in. He'll have a chance to get the three-point play the hard way if he can knock down this free throw. Got to give credit to Rodney Parks, number 3 for ABI. Went to the deck hard to get a 50-50 ball for him. They got a timeout. Then they come out and get a three-point play right out of it. But DeJuan Perry continues to be a thorn in the side of Coach Laterio Green's ABI squad as he knocks down another jumper. This time it's a triple, his first one of the game. Not the shot I'm sure Coach Green wanted there. Moravian Prep. Perry, how can you leave that man open with the way he started? But luckily for them, he misses the shot. Coming back the other way. Pass inside. Two Moravian defenders converge, and there's going to be a foul on the play. That's going to send number 15, Wesley Peroni, to the free throw line. But you heard me sort of scoff at the defense for leaving DeJuan Perry open. Shots like these, an example of the reason why, is he knocks down that three-pointer in transition. Approaching double figures already here in the first half. 10 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in this first half. As I mentioned, we'll get those score bug issues corrected at halftime. Most important part of the scoreboard will show you ABI pulling to within 16 here of Moravian Prep. Moravian in the driver's seat. Kolowski trying to work it inside. They do. Going to work on the block and able to finish inside with the left hand there. That's number 31. That's Hunter Coleman. Checked in a few minutes ago, and the Greensboro native makes it an 18-point game. Active hands there by Juwan Smith, but they're able to keep it in bounds. Miller fouled on the play by Coleman. So both teams in the bonus. This is going to send Miller to the free throw line. Misses it, but gets the rebound. Three-point attempt, no good. Trying to get another offensive rebound is ABI. Wrestling that one away, fouled on the play is Tyshawn Andrews. So Andrews at the free throw line. Philadelphia, Mississippi native, with the chance to pull them to within 16 points. If you're ABI, you have to take advantage of these free throws. Offense hasn't come very easy to you so far here in this game. Part of that, got to give credit to Moravian Prep with the way that they've defended. But if you can go to the line, be able to see a few fall through, and close this gap without the clock running, that will help the cause. Splitting the pair of free throws there is Andrews. And again, it's 9 minutes, 37 seconds and counting. We'll get that score bug taken care of. Traveling violation going to be called and send it back to ABI. You can hear some of the people on site, they're questioning that call. Looked like a pretty good move to a lot of people, hey, myself included, but I don't have on a striped shirt, so my opinion doesn't matter much in this scenario. Attacking inside is Miller. Able to catch that one in stride and lay it in. It's a 15-point game. Brandon Miller trying to do whatever he can to cut into this deficit. Smith fouled. No, Smith called for the travel. The officials have been a little trigger happy when it comes to the traveling violation calls here so far in this one. It'll be ABI's ball. Hanging in the air and getting it inside there. Was a nice pass initially by Kane Shepard, but good recovery by Moravian Prep as they're able to get the block. Perry for three, no good. Another rebound for Miller. That ball out of bounds, last touch by Shepard. Ilias Najjar, that three-pointer he just splashed through won't count, but that practice rep still valuable for him. If he can see it splash through, maybe he can bring that to fruition while the ball is live. Here's Kolowski. He misses. Jamar Kemp able to finish that one in one motion. It's a 17-point game. After that, Kemp tipping. Shepard over to Miller. Miller will try a three-pointer. No good. Kemp tips the rebound around, now gets it himself. Ahead to Coleman. Coleman. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be good. Not to say Coleman isn't good. He's shown flashes of that this game as well, but even he's shaking his head there at that last bucket, but it's enough to make it a 19-point game. It's 7 minutes, 44 seconds. Remaining here in this first half. Free throws off the front of the rim. Got to knock these down if you're ABI. Splits the pair of free throws, does Andrews. It's an 18-point game. Smith gets it over to Kemp. Kemp back up top to Smith. Now they'll set Kemp up again. He's got a little bit of an advantage there on the inside against Najjar. But that foul was going to send Smith to the free throw line. Good on the first. Second one up and in as well. It's now a 20-point game. Moravian Prep with the lead. Najjar, bounce pass inside to Miller. Miller, always ready for the task at hand. You might look at the score and be a little skeptical about that statement, but while ABI is trying to climb this, fight this uphill battle, Miller is doing what he can individually to finish when given the opportunity to do so. Whether it's an offensive rebound or being able to finish off of the passes by the guards inside. Here we're gonna have a trip to the line for DeJuan Perry. Good on the first. So Perry makes both. Lead push back to 20. If you're ABI at some point to try to cut into this deficit, you can't afford to trade buckets back and forth, and you definitely can't afford to turn the ball over and just let Jawan Smith keep his track meet going. The lead's now 22. Kemp called for the foul there. Penalty situation. Free throw missed there by Bennett. Kemp, no good on the shot. Najjar with the rebound. He knocked down a three-pointer earlier in the first half. They could really use some of his outside shooting in this one. Over-penetrated a little bit there, tried to force it in. It was stolen, but Miller gets it back over to Najjar, who's able to contort and lay it in. That'll make it 20-39 in favor of Moravian. Kemp with it, up top. He's gonna get it over to number 10. 10 is Matt Graham. Graham hands it off to Smith. Graham has 1 3-pointer in the first half. Kemp tried to get that inside to Coleman, stolen by Miller. He's trying to do it all. Maybe a little too much there on that play, but who are we to judge, especially with as hard as he's played? Despite the deficit, it's another layup for Jawan Smith, who's been getting easy button buckets. He's got a cluster of them so far here in the first half, as it's a 20-41 advantage for Prep. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Najjar can't get the 3-point stroke to fall since that one he knocked down earlier. Bennett chases down the long rebound. He's fouled on the play, so he will go to the line. So Bennett heads to the line. Cans the first. He's getting a well-deserved breather. Number 11, Brandon Miller for ABI. Catch 22 there while he could use the rest. I'm sure he doesn't want to come out of the game until he feels like his squad is in a better position. But that could take a while. That's going to take more than the first half. With just 5 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in it, but if you're ABI, you'd like to be able to just cut this deficit in half if you can. Going into halftime, make it a more manageable 10 to 12 point deficit versus 20 points. That 3-pointer in and out. Ball rebounded by Peroni. Peroni over to Najjar. Najjar guarded by Perry. That's one shooter trying to get going, guarded by a fella that has shot it pretty well up to this point. Number 20, DeJuan Perry for Moravian. Elias Najjar, the Frenchman, headed to the line. Good on the first free throw. It's an 18-point game. 4 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. Another mid-range jumper for Perry. Very under control, cool customer. Has really gotten his buckets within the flow of the offense. Persistence pays off on the offensive glass as it's back to an 18-point deficit. We approach the 4-minute mark. They get it to Coleman. Coleman's doubled. Out to Perry. Perry lost the handle. Stolen's coming the other way. Here's Evans. Evans with the jump stop. Fouled on the play and will go to the line. Colleen Evans with the steal. He'll shoot on the other end. As you can see, 3:46 remaining in the first half. Can't get the free throw to go. I can count at least 7 missed free throws. That's an unofficial tally, but that's definitely a minimum of 7 missed free throws here in the first half for ABI. Could be the difference between an 18-point deficit and an 11-point deficit. As it stands now, it's a 17-point advantage for Moravian Prep. Step back, now they'll get it over to Sheffy. Sheffy guarded by Najjar. Being patient, trying to get it inside. There's Coleman, the jump hook, no good. Najjar with the rebound. ABI trying to end this first half strong. Here's Evans with it. You wonder if ABI is going to try to bring Brandon Miller in, or if he's seen his last action for the first half while he gets some valuable rest. Benjamin Bennett makes it a 15-point game. Kemp wanted to get it into Coleman, didn't like the angle, so now they work it in from the wing. Coleman going to work off the back of the rim. Fouled on the play, so he will go to the line to shoot two. Two minutes, 40 seconds remaining. As my question about Brandon Miller is answered, he checks back into the game with 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Second free throw good for Coleman. Bennett to Miller. 16-point game. Najjar wants it inside against the smaller Graham. Instead, they'll swing it to the other side. So ABI showing some patience here, not trying to get it all back at once, but I think they need to keep the relative momentum they've had over the past few minutes. Still down 16, but showing signs of life. Bennett trying to get a three-pointer. Give them all three of them. Benjamin Bennett pulls them to within 13 points. We are under the 2-minute mark. Talked about ABI just trying to cut the deficit in half. They're 3 points away from accomplishing that mission. We take a look at the Denny's instant replay. Haven't had a lot of threes fall from the outside. Najjar hit one earlier. There's Benjamin Bennett knocking down their second three-pointer of the first half. So foul on the floor, but it's a penalty situation, so that's going to send Matt Graham to the line. Graham in and out on the first free throw. A 14-point game after that trip to the line. Evans with it. Gets it to Bennett. Bennett, it's go time for him. Tough shot, can't get it to go. Who else? Brandon Miller, give me that rebound and the putback. And it is now a 12-point game. ABI battling back in this one. And if you're Coach Green, you're not thinking about halftime just yet, but you gotta like how your team is trying to end this first half. That shot's off the mark. Ball's loose. Najjar comes away with it. They can either make it a 10-point deficit, possibly even single digits here. Benjamin Bennett says, yes, sir, single digits sounds good to me. No, they'll rule that a 2. He must have had a foot on the line. Ten-point game. Coleman has that one poked away. Evans has it in his hands. 40 seconds and counting remaining here in the first half. Pass. Too much English on it for Miller. And we'll see if Moravian will hold for the last shot here of the first half. Kemp to Smith. Sheffy taking it right at the big fella. And he will go to the line.
Look at it, Chef. I told you.
13 seconds remaining on the game clock. In and out. So about 10 seconds to work with for ABI. Najjar has it. They'll get it over to Evans. 4 seconds to work with. Evans going along the baseline. Mid-range J, no good. Offensive rebound. And that is going to do it for the first half. Appreciate you joining us here at on SUVtv at the 22 Feet Academy Hoops tip-off. Benjamin Bennett. A nice resource that gives us a good game going into halftime versus the 20-point runaway that we thought we would have. We'll take a halftime break. When we get back, more coverage from the 22 Feet Academy Hoops tip-off.
22 Feet Academy Hoops Tip-Off Classic, powered by SUVtv, sponsored by Muscle Milk, the official protein recovery drink of 22 Feet Academy. Denny's, welcome to America's Diner. Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. And the Imagine Center, Health and Fitness Club, the official venue for 22 Feet Academy.
The feeling of the perfect shot feels effortless to me. Right when I release that shot, it just feels serene and quiet. It's only me and the rim and the basketball. With my height, to have an impact and to be the player that I wanted to be, I needed to change my shot, and that was going to be something that would be beneficial for the long term. The process started just breaking my shot down from the initial release to the follow-through. And there were days that I couldn't even get the ball to the rim. There were days that I couldn't go outside of the paint area. It was very frustrating to not be able to shoot the way that I wanted to. The hardest part of that process was definitely the patience. But if I just stuck to getting better every day, eventually I would be able to shoot where I wanted to, anywhere on the floor. I went through some tough days, but found a way to just persevere and see it through. It starts with a great base and great foundation. It allows everything to feel perfect. I can do all things.
And welcome back here to the 22 Feet Academy Hoops tip-off. Marcus Burnett, appreciate you joining us back here for second half action. As we got a steal, pass ahead, and Jawan Smith picking right up where he left off in the first half. As he easily had about a 14 to 16 piece nugget just off of fast break layups in the first half. He gets his first one of the second half to make it a 35 to 47 ball game. But for those just joining us, a valiant effort in the first half by ABI after starting off slowly. Showed up just minutes before the game due to some travel complications, but they shook the dust off and are here within striking distance despite being down by as many as 23 points in the first half. Now they're working inside. Looks like we'll have a trip to the line. It'll be number 15. There for ABI. Wesley Peroni. Peroni's first one off the back of the rim. Now, if you're ABI, they were able to make that comeback despite not being as effective as they would like to be from the free throw line. So now that you've worked so hard to make the game what it is, you got to be able to take care of those trips to the stripe and take advantage of them. He splits the pair, pulls them to within 11 points, does Peroni. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a zone look here. 3-2 being played by ABI. Shots off the mark by Smith. Xavier McDaniels Jr. working along the baseline. Lost the handle temporarily. He'll get it to Jamar Kemp. Two guys with NBA pedigrees there, and Xavier McDaniels Jr., his father, the senior, X-Men senior. Stand out in the NBA for years. And also a guy that could jump a little bit. Father of Jamar Kemp. Who's there at the free throw line is Sean Kemp. Impossible to think about Kemp's career without thinking about some of those posterizing dunks and just the energy that he brought. The city of Seattle has no NBA team right now, but I'm sure they've got memories that he's still providing up there for those that want to be nostalgic up there in the west part of the country. Benjamin Bennett, like a Benjamin Buttons, but a basketball version, gets better as the game goes on. He had a key stretch where Brandon Miller was, kind of ran the first leg from a scoring standpoint for ABI, and it was Bennett that kind of picked up the slack there in the last few minutes. That Benjamin Buttons wordplay almost got me in trouble there. I was going to refer to him as Buttons. Got to get Bennett's last name right. With the way he's playing, he's trying to take it coast to coast. No, sir. Inside, says Zekwesi. Just a 10-point game. Kemp over to Smith. Smith up top. Kemp going to try the mid-range J. Money. 6'8" post showing a little bit of versatility there. Knocks that one down just a few feet inside the three-point line. Bennett nowhere to go, over to Najjar. Najjar, here comes the screen from Miller. Miller thought about it. Now over to Shepard. Shepard trying to work it inside. Peroni fouled on the play. Definitely not easy to score inside against Moravian Prep when you look at Kemp on the inside at 6'8". Look at Emmanuel Zekwesi, also at 6'8". And you've also got Xavier McDaniel Jr. Clogging up space and using that size on the inside. So when you're able to do what we've seen Benjamin Bennett do in terms of not only trying to attack the inside, but able to knock down a few jumpers outside, it can help alleviate some of that pressure that they're putting on both Peroni as well as Miller to be able to score inside. Brandon Miller has done a good job of that, number 11 there in the white jersey. He really kept them in the game to where, you know, that run led by Bennett could really put a dent in that lead. Cross-court pass, nearly stolen, but it's going to go out off the hands of Shepard. Pass intended for Kolowski. So he'll throw it in. Kolowski has it. Now they get it to Kemp. Kemp over to Smith. Smith will try a three. String music from the outside. Juwan Smith, you've seen him shoot so many layups. There he shows his ability to knock down the three-pointer as well. Now trying to lock up against Shepard. They get it to a cutting Miller. Miller's going to be fouled by the smaller Perry. And he will go to the line. Take a look at the Denny's instant replay. You talked about Juwan Smith. Nice job of moving without the ball there. No rim needed as he splashes through the triple. Miller good on the first free throw, making it a 13-point game. 17 minutes, 5 seconds remaining here in the second half. That corner three, way too strong. Here's Bennett. Bennett over to Najjar. Knocked down a deep three in the first half, and it's been relatively cold since. Moravian's ball there along the baseline. Smith trying to get it over to Kemp. Kemp has it, trying to work on Miller. Back out top to Smith. Good ball movement there by Moravian. X-Man Jr. Short on the shot. Shepard three-pointer, no good. Kolowski with the rebound. Now Kolowski will try a floater. In and out. Najjar with the rebound, going behind the back. A lot of blue jerseys, but he still comes away with the ball. Bennett trying to get another three-pointer. Good. Benjamin Bennett out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Makes it a 10-point game with his most recent three-pointer. That shot's off the mark. Pass ahead to Shepard. Shepard made that shot a lot harder than it needed to be. He had Smith flying at him, but if he initiates that contact or braces himself for it, he's able to go up and finish with his strong hand. There he was about to do some sort of reverse. That was going to have a degree of difficulty of 15 on a scale of 1 to 10. So with it being their ball along the baseline, I believe no foul was called. They're just going to say last touch by Moravian. So they keep possession. Bennett can't get the baseline jumper to go. Kolowski with the rebound. Here's Smith. Smith, nice little stutter step. Nice footwork by Juwan Smith. Set that move up nicely. Prime example. That was exactly what I was talking about on that previous play when it came to Shepard. He's on the right side, so you see him there able to tightrope the sideline. Instead of looking to reverse it, he hangs in the air, eats that contact, and is able to lay it in. Can't get the three-point play. Free throws off the mark. Pass inside to Coleman. Catch and shoot three. Smith. Working hard on the inside there was Perry. Take a look at that nice play by Jawan Smith. He and Shepard have been going back and forth in fast break wars. Great footwork, really setting that move up, and then the most important part, being able to finish. Moves and the odds aren't worth as much if there's no change in the scoreboard after the play. Jawan Smith out of Lexington Park, Maryland. It's an 11-point game here in the second half. Cookie's taken. Sheffy able to finish through the contact. So Shepard with a good hard foul attempt there, but not hard enough as Sheffy able to power through. $60 to 46 is your score. That shot's in and out. Offensive rebound, working hard on the glass, and it paying off for Peroni. Now a 12-point game. Najjar brings the deficit back down to 10. Smith pass up on the three-point attempt. Over to Perry. Nice recovery there by ABI. ABI switches back to the zone. Moravian showing patience. Pass dropped off for Coleman. Somebody zigged when they should have zagged. It's stolen away. Evans ahead to Miller, and that's going to be an easy flush on the other end for Brandon Miller. So a broken play on one end for Moravian Prep thanks to the defense of ABI, and it's a flush on the other end for Brandon Miller, as that one's going to send us to a timeout. Appreciate you joining us here on SUVtv at the 22 Feet Academy Hoops tip-off. Evans with the steal on one end. Brandon Miller, the big fella out of West Palm Beach, Florida, with the flush on the other. We'll be back after this short break.
Denny's pumpkin pecan pie pancakes are the perfect Halloween treat. And you don't need a head to know it. Yes.
Denny's new pumpkin pecan pie pancakes, just $4.99. Denny's, welcome to America's Diner.
So welcome back here to the beautiful Welcome back here to the beautiful Imagine Center here on the campus of Redemption Church as we are ready to resume play from the timeout. It is a 52 to 60 ball game in favor of Moravian Prep. Prep led by as many as 23 points in the first half, but since then, ABI has come out and has cut the lead down to 8. It was only a 10-point advantage going into halftime. As ABI is threatening, but this trip to the free throw line for Kolowski could help kick it back up to double digits. First free throw's good. Second free throw also good. Back to a 10-point advantage. Evans to Najjar, over to Miller. Miller's gonna take the elbow jumper. Nice job of reading the situation. Didn't predetermine pass, didn't predetermine shoot. Saw how the defense reacted and is able to knock down the jumper along the elbow. Coming right back is Kemp. So a jumper exchange from one post to another. And make it another 10-point game. Najjar, can he get his second three-pointer of the game? He cannot. Kemp plays volleyball with himself and then comes away with the rebound. McDaniel Jr. to Smith, Smith to Kolowski. Pass to McDaniel. McDaniel able to get that one to go. Nice little kiss off the window. The assist by Smith. Now we're going to see some zone from Moravian. Traveling violation called against Miller. Perry in need of a lifeline. He finds Kemp, free throw line jumper. That's no good. Perry skies for the rebound, but has it knocked out of his hands. Good defense played there. Perry meets resistance. And ABI, just a good defensive possession there. You give them credit for the defense, but also, if you're Moravian, had an opportunity to be able to kick that ball back out. They had cut Perry off. Kemp was in a tough situation as well. ABI gets the ball back. Rebound by Peroni. He'll be called for the push in the back. Much to his chagrin, but the ball will go the other way. Pass inside and the flush by Xavier McDaniels Jr. It's going to make it 54-68. Evans over to Bennett. Now to Miller. Miller back out top to Evans. (57-68). They pulled to within 11 after that last bucket by Evans. Foul on the play. He's going to send Xavier McDaniel Jr. to the free throw line. He takes a second to touch base with his coaches. Look at that Denny's instant replay there. You're going to see able to get a hand on it, but wrestle it out of harm's way. Pass inside to Xavier McDaniel Jr., who takes it from there. The Columbia, South Carolina native dunks that one. Misses that first free throw, though. It's an 11-point game. The three-pointer hasn't been extremely kind to ABI, but Bennett's been able to knock down a few. Najjar had one earlier, and there's Evans getting in the mix as well, tickling the twine for that last triple. McDaniel made that second free throw, and it's now a 12-point game. Evans using the screen over the Najjar. You got to keep shooting it. That's a good look for him, even though it hasn't fallen since the initial triple. Smith to Perry. Perry shot in and out. The mid-range has been a good one for him so far here in this game. That one won't fall. That one off the front of the rim for McDaniel Jr. Here's Bennett. Bennett taking it right at the Moravian defense. That shot was changed. Now they'll come the other way. Up top, alley-oop attempt, knocked away. Good on the alley, mission aborted on the oop. Because Najjar gets it over to Bennett. Now here's Miller. Nice job of being aggressive off the catch there by Bennett. He got the step, too strong on the layup attempt. Here's Perry. Over to Kolowski. Kolowski. Three-pointer won't stay down, but it's Kemp with the offensive rebound, and he will go to the line. Free throw in and out. Second free throw is good, so he splits a pair. Eight minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the second half. Free throw good for Miller. Point game. Kolowski with the pull-up off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound by Xavier McDaniel Jr. Won't go for him. Here's Miller weaving through blue jerseys. Now gets it to Saunders. Saunders can't come out of the pack with it. Has the 6'8" Jamar Kemp land on that hip. Grimaces a little bit. You can understand why. Number 14 for Moravian. Terrell Sheffy checks back into the game. He joins Smith in the backcourt. Over to Graham. Smith's got one three-pointer. Opts not to take one there. He'll hand it off to Sheffy. A cut by Xavier. Initial attempt, no good. Kemp following up on the offensive glass. 7 minutes, 17 seconds remaining here in the second half. And again, we understand some of the discrepancies there with the score bug. Appreciate your patience and bearing with us on that. We'll try to get that issue rectified. Technology wouldn't be technology if you didn't have curveballs every now and again. But the most important part is that score that you see in front of you, 58-72. And if you're a Moravian prep fan, you're okay with that scenario. If you're ABI, you're rooting for a turn of events. But the fact that they're only down 14 with 7 minutes, 14 seconds remaining in the game does bode well for them. Time for them to come back. And as they've shown throughout this game, they have some runs in them. We'll see if it'll prove enough in the end. Special shout out to Coach Hemphill, Coach Chris Hemphill. They're out of North Carolina. Appreciate you tuning in with us, Coach. Much respect and salute to what you do for the players and teams, programs that you work with. Great supporter of SUVtv over the years. Does a great job there with Team Charlotte, as well as some of the other programs he's worked with. They're in that basketball-laden state of North Carolina. Going along the baseline, hanging in the air is Evans. Can't get the initial shot to go, but he's going to go to the line to see if he can get it from the stripe. First free throw's good. Second one off the front of the rim. If that ball is going to be awarded back to ABI. Guess they're going to say Moravian touched it last. That would be the safe assumption, obviously, but looks like it was last touched by ABI. That could be the case of the ball not lying, or just a case of them just not being able to take advantage. But you can't say that about Kolowski as he takes it coast to coast and is able to finish. Or halfway down the coast, I should say. He got the pass ahead and took it from there. Makes it a 13-point game. Najjar, the three-pointer hasn't been working out for him here. He'll drive. Fouled on the shot. Actually, that's just ruled a foul on the floor, but both teams are in the bonus. So, free throws accordingly. As Kolowski's going to substitute out for Moravian. Second free throw coming for Najjar, and it's good to go. Smith with it. Over to Kemp. That'll be a two if it goes. No good. Jumping in there was Graham. Thought he was going to be able to tip it in, but it wouldn't stay down for him. Here's Saunders. Saunders picking it up, trying to carry it through. Kemp says, no, sir. Ball poked away. Here's Smith. Hesitates for a second. Wraparound pass over to Graham. Back where it all started in Smith, but he's going to choose to bring it back out. All over that pass was Miller. Looks like we'll have a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Thanks for joining us here on SUVtv. We'll be back after this commercial break. And welcome back to the action. 22 Feet Academy Hoops tip-off. ABI versus Moravian Prep. We approach the final 5 minutes of this game. ABI works it inside to Miller. It's been a good place to have the ball if you're ABI so far here in this game, even though he's denied by Kemp. Kemp able to come back and get it. Behind the back pass by Kemp and the finish. Inside by the big fella. That's Zaquezi. Evans will bring it across. This bucket there by Bennett. He's been quiet the past few minutes. He was very instrumental in the comeback attempt in the first half that saw a 23-point deficit go down to as many as 10 going into halftime. Foul called on Bennett there as they were trying their best to get the 5-second violation. So it's going to send Sheffy to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Both free throws are good. So Evans will bring it across for ABI over to Bennett. Now Evans back with it up top. Jumpers knocked down to make it 68-78. Here's a three-pointer, count it, the second one of the game. And he picked a good time to have it there, did Graham, as he pushes it back to a 10-point advantage. Save, but it's saved right to Evans. Ball's going to be stolen away by Sheffy. Sheffy passes it ahead to Perry. Perry has it knocked away. Three from the corner, counted for Sheffy. And some timely shooting here over the past couple possessions for Moravian. Trying their best to close this gap is ABI. And Moravian has been able to respond with a few timely threes. One was by Graham, the other one was by Sheffy from the corner. We'll have a trip to the line here. Let's take a look at that last three-pointer. See Nkwesi there, kicking it to the corner, and it's the southpaw Sheffy knocking it down accordingly. 16-point game. I cut to a 15-point deficit after that last free throw. That shot off the front of the rim. Smith saves it, but right to Evans. So back-to-back trips to the line here for Samuel Mattis. Two minutes, 46 seconds. Two minutes, 46 seconds remaining. Free throw's good. Now it's a 14-point game. First shot, no good. Tipped in. Second opportunity by Zaquesi is good. Foul going to go against Moravian Prep there. Perry has it for Moravian. Over to Kolowski. Kolowski guarded by Bennett. Moravian just content running a little bit of clock here. Perry will go ahead and take the bucket. Parks up top to Bennett. He'll try a three-pointer. Won't go, but the tip dunk for Miller, it will. Tell you what, doesn't look like ABI is going to come out on the winning end of this one, but Brandon Miller will sleep well here in Greenville tonight. He's played a hard-fought game, kept them within striking distance there in the first half. As here we're going to see his partner in crime, Bennett, missed that three-pointer. He comes in, still enough left in the tank to finish above the rim there with the tip dunk. There via the Denny's Instant Replay. Welcome to America's Diner. Kowski free throws, good. Second one good as well. We'll have some more free throws here. 74-90 is your score. ABI fighting to the final buzzer. Let's take a look at the schedule for the next couple days. After this one, you have DME Academy 2 taking on Moravian Black. At 8 p.m. tonight's nightcap will be Legacy Charter versus DME Academy. And tomorrow we'll have DME Academy versus ABI, 9 a.m. Moravian Black versus Combine Charlotte. Second DME Academy installment versus this Moravian Blue squad that you see here today. And the home team, 22 Feet Academy Select versus Legacy Charter. Evelyn Mack versus Sound Doctrine. And the 22 Feet Academy National Squad versus Combine ATL. That'll be the Saturday lineup. We'll take a look at the Sunday lineup once we get another break in the action. So we've got 52.8 seconds remaining in this. Kemp gets the steal, passes it ahead. Easy layup on the other end for number 13, Julius Barnes. Miller not done scoring. Both teams still playing very hard out there. Moravian Prep has this game in hand. ABI trailing, but still playing hard as we approach the final 10 seconds. Miller trying to foul, and he does so successfully. That'll give us a chance to look back at the Sunday slate. So Sunday at 1 p.m. it'll be Combine Charlotte versus Sound Doctrine. 22 Feet Academy Select versus Combine Atlanta, and then 22 Feet Academy National as the final game of the event versus Evelyn Mack at 5 on Sunday. As Kemp says, take those 2 free throws with you. Final seconds as this one has come to a close. Appreciate you joining us here on SUVtv. That last shot won't count, but stick with us. More 22 Feet Academy hoop tip-off action coming up next.